Getting to take this car out in the last video and finally kind of give it a little bit of a drive was a lot of fun. It means we're making progress, but we've got a long way to go. As I said in the last video, it kind of runs a little bit lumpy, and it could be that it's not firing on all cylinders or there's a timing problem, but it's probably something as simple as just parts that haven't been worked on or replaced in forever. Let me show you what the common errors are for this car, and you'll see why we probably have a few of those causing the issue. One of the major causes for these cars running extremely poorly is vacuum. And there is a lot we can do with vacuum here. You can see this particular thing is duct taped together. We've got this hose duct taped together. And let's face it, every hose that's in this car could be as old as 28 years. So replacing a lot of the hoses on this side that pertain to vacuum will probably clean up a lot of our problems. The other common thing that causes problems is this mass airflow sensor. So we're going to pull off the intake system. We're going to look at our filters and we're going to clean out our mass airflow sensor. So let's go ahead and dig in. Now I know I didn't replace the air filter or any of the crack hoses yet. And first of all, they're not here yet. The mass airflow sensor cleaner I had, so I can clean that up. But the second thing is I just want to see how much of a difference each one of these pieces make. And there is one other thing that I can do that can kind of isolate some of the vacuum issues that you have on an E23 like this one. You see, the vacuum system also runs the air conditioner and all the HVAC stuff. That comes out on the other side of the engine. Most of that stuff doesn't work right now either because there's massive vacuum leaks. It's a 28-year-old car. Future Mike here, and this may be a shocking revelation, but I am not a math wizard. 1984 is in fact not 28 years ago, it is 38 years ago. Wow. time flies. And the vacuum stuff is under the dash, so it's hard to get to, so it probably hasn't been touched in 28 years. So it seems to me the smart thing to do would be to eliminate the HVAC side of the vacuum issue so that we can get the engine up and running properly. You know, we'll deal with the HVAC system after the engine's all good to go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna eliminate the HVAC side of the vacuum problem by plugging that side up with one of these little things. And this is just a cap that will hopefully just block that off. And then we can test the engine without having to worry about vacuum leaks on the HVAC side messing things up. So let's do that quick and then we'll definitely see what we get. Now I know you're probably thinking, damn Mike, you sweat a lot. And yes, I sweat a lot. And it's also in the 90s today, again. But you're probably also thinking, why would you just do the mass airflow sensor cleaning and put everything back and try it out again? And the reason is because these cars are so sensitive to the vacuum side of things that actually, if what we did makes a difference in the mass airflow sensor and the way it was working, this could fix almost all the problem. Now, there are actually other steps that we can take that are more invasive to fix the mass airflow sensor if we're still having problems, but I might just do the full tune-up before we really dig down deep into the mass airflow sensor, because, well, there's no guarantee that that's going to fix the problem. But it is highly likely that whatever's causing this machine to run lumpy is probably vacuum related. I suspect that I could replace the plugs and the wires and the rotor and the cap and the fuel filter, and we'll still end up with a lumpy running car because we just don't have the vacuum sorted. So I did order those other hoses as well, and those will probably help. But our culprit is most likely the mass airflow sensor. So maybe this fixes it, which would be awesome. Let's give it a shot. Hopefully that battery held a charge overnight. No guarantees. That's fun. And it did not hold a charge overnight. Obviously, I'm going to have to invest in a battery. So let's charge this up. All right, let's try it again. Obviously something is draining the battery, which we'll have to track down at some point as well. Well, it started. Well, I'm not sure I'd go so far as to say we fixed the problem, but let's see. Let's let the car warm up a little bit. One thing's for sure, it definitely needs a lash adjustment. You can hear the engine rumbling around and under there. If anything, it might actually be acting worse. Well, you know, it really sucks to spend hours working on something and making the problem worse. You're gonna see a lot of that in this build project, so stick around if you really want to see me suffer, or if you just want to learn more about an E23 like this, or pretty much any M30 engine BMW, because they're all basically the same. In fact, if there are any M30 wizards out there in my audience who are watching this and have suffered along with me with the same kind of problems, please do me a favor and message me through the email in my about page. I'm having some of these little issues that I think someone could really help me with. So, you know, hit me up and maybe help me work through some of these issues. But for everyone else, you get to live my frustration along with me and kind of understand what it's like to troubleshoot an old 80s BMW. The next episode, we're going to do a little bit more troubleshooting. We're going to do a lash adjustment, which is something that every M30 engine actually needs to have on a relatively regular basis. Basically, the lashes are something that operates in the valve train that's on top of the engine. And if you hear that clicking noise when the valves go up and down, that is caused by the lashes. So on an M30 engine, they need to be adjusted on a regular basis to keep that clicking sound to a relatively low level. So we're gonna do that adjustment in the next video. But the only reason why I could possibly be doing this is for the love of cars, because as you all know, there's very little value in this old E23 BMW 733i. So I guess that means I'm crazy, but I do just love this car. So for all of you car lovers out there, please do me a favor and let me know how I'm doing in the comments. It really does help out with the YouTube algorithm. And if you're not subscribed, please do. It really helps me to continue to make this sort of content for you. My name is Mike Fire Jr. This is For the Love of Cars. So everybody go out there and drive their cars, and I'll see you in the next one.